scout meeting, I would say that's not good enough. I would say, morning guys, and they would get louder and louder. So I'm going to turn around like I do them. I'm going to turn around. Good morning, Grace. Good morning. That's not good enough. You see, it might be cold, but it's a sunny day. So I'll say, nah, look at them like, nope. Got to turn back around. Good morning, Grace. Good morning. That's a little bit better. So first of all, on behalf of Cub Scout Pack 358, we want to once again thank Grace Baptist Church of Germantown for sponsoring us. Pack 358 was founded back in 1952, and looking at our records, we can only guess it was about February 1952. And we just celebrated yesterday our 67th annual Blue and Gold Banquet. In 67 years, there have only been 3 Cub Masters. There was Mr. Carroll, who started in 1952, and somewhere in the 70s, and I asked Mr. Chester, he was around maybe 74, somewhere in there, but I know Mr. Chester started in 1975 and served as Cub Master for 35 years. That's saying something when he was my Cub Master when I was a little kid. And so here I stand as the 3rd Cub Master for Pack 358 and 67. Really what a blessing it has been. So right now I'm going to ask if all the Cub Scouts of Pack 358, our leaders and parents, to please stand so we can recognize you. Boys, please stand up. In kindergarten through 5th grade. So you can only imagine how chaotic and busy our Saturdays can be. Well, we've gotten to the point where we actually meet, instead of every Saturday, we had to scale back to meet the first 3 Saturdays every month so we could get one Saturday just to kind of recuperate and give ourselves a break. But, you know, in true fashion, we've been in the Germantown area for 67 years, and if you look through history, there are not too many packs and troops that have been right here in the same area for 67 years in the Germantown area. So it's 2 presentations that I'd like to make. First, for many years, Bernard Turner served as one of our assistant Cub Masters and assistants for a very long time. He had boys that came through the pack, and even when his boys went on, he still stuck around. When I became Cub Master in 2010, he stayed on and helped out every Saturday. Even when he wasn't well and couldn't drive and he was on the bus, he still came to meetings every week, and not only serving the Cub Scouts, he served Grace as a senior usher, and whatever he could do, he was true to Grace and true to form. And so every year we try to recognize not a scout person, but somebody at Grace that really helps out the pack in whatever way they can, and then they help Grace in many different ways and doing many different things. And so we actually named a Tribute Spirit Award. It's named the Bernard Turner Spirit Award. And this year we want to honor a young man here at Grace who does a lot. He does a lot behind the scenes. You see him walking around constantly, but you know, in true fashion, if you ask him if he can do it, he'll do it. If he can't, he'll just say, well, you know, I can't do it. But he's always here. Even when he's not here, he's doing something. And this year, the Bernard Turner Spirit Award, he doesn't know we're doing this, so I know he's going to flip out. I don't know if he's going to be mad or not, because he doesn't like recognition. But we want to honor Trustee Scott Fields. He said he hates me, but I know it's all in love. But what he received is we have challenge coins, and it has the Scout laws on the challenge coin and the certificate. Yesterday, at the bank, we didn't honor them because I know we're going to honor them today. So first, I'd like to present Mrs. Buck with a hat. Come on up, Mrs. Buck. This is a Scout hat. She's not only a Cub Scout mom, but she's the First Lady of Grace. And this hat, and Lord knows my wife sees what I go through. And I can only imagine this past his wife. And it simply says, blessed, with the Scout emblem on it. So Mrs. Buck, thank you for what you did. Lastly, I'm going to ask Pastor to come down because we have his challenge coin from BSA to simply say thank you for all you're doing on behalf of Grace and on behalf of the Cub Scout Pastor. That's all right. So again, Grace, we thank you, we love you, thank you for having us. We've heard there are going to be some great things happening with the community center at some point. Let us know so we can be prepared. So what we need to do, we got that. And you'll see an announcement. I got to plug this. We have a pancake breakfast coming up on March 16th at the Applebee's in Jenkintown. Please come out and support. So again, thank you, Grace. We love you and have a blessed day.
Good morning, Grace. Good morning. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Marcus Kellum. I'm a Scout Master of Boy Scout Troop 358. Just want to thank the church, Pastor Buck, congregation for everything that you guys do for our troop. If I can have our troop stand up and the leaders as well as their parents. As the Cub Master mentioned, the troop has been around for 66 years. So we just celebrated 66 years. And in that 66 years, we have made more than 70 Eagle Scouts. So at this time, I'm going to ask any Eagle Scout that is present to please stand and be recognized. Part of what the Boy Scout program is and the Cub Scout program is there's a need to have good family behind you. So I'm going to ask the parents of Eagle Scouts to please stand, because without them, there would be none of us, to be honest with you. Thank you. And I have one thing I want to give out, so Pastor Buck, if you could please come down. So as you are preparing, because I know your son is getting ready to cross over into the Boy Scout troop in June, as you are preparing for that journey, we have an expandable tote bag for you to get prepared for when you start coming camping with us. Again, thank you all for your support. We have one fundraiser coming up. We'll give out more information once everything is solidified with the dates. Thank you.
While those two stand here, we want to also thank our Cub Master, Sam Coleman, who's given us over 6 years of service to Boy Scout Troop, Cub Scout, Pat Bouvier, and our Scout Master, Marcus Kellum, who's given us over 6 years of service to Troop 358. Other Scout Masters who are in the house, Mr. Gooden, who gave us 5 years of service. Miss Green is here. Her husband is the founder of Boy Scout Troop 358. Now, African American history. At this time, really quick, and I'm going to make it really quick. All men, please stand. And we do love all of our females. Men, I want everyone to look around. Men, we need your help. Men, you can have a seat again. I want you to listen very closely. Boy Scout Troop 358 has been around for over 65 years. It is the longest tenured, continuous African-American Boy Scout troop in the nation. It has more African-American Eagle Scouts than any other African-American troop. And technically, it has more Eagle Scouts than a lot of other troops, and probably in the top 98 percentile. Our troop is endangered. Now, there are members of our church who are in wonderful fraternities like Kappa Alpha Psi, Omega Psi Phi, Phi Beta Sigma, and of course, Alpha Phi Alpha. There are members of our church that are in the wonderful Masonic organization of Prince Hall Masons, the consistory, and some of them, I believe, are also in the shrine. But there are members of our church that are members of the deacon board, men's club, and other things. Our troop, because of the leadership provided right here at the Grace Baptist Church of Germantown, has spurred people to become principals of elementary schools, doctors and executives of PhD programs, administrator or hospital assistants, administrators on college campuses, administrators for the School District of Philadelphia, as well as writers for the New York Daily Times, New York newspapers, and other outstanding professions, including there's the manager of LA Fitness. I know him well. He's sitting here. But that's in danger of stopping if we don't get men or even females or anyone to help us out with leadership. Because these men have given their young lives, they've sacrificed their family times with their family to help make sure that our males grow up to be responsible. We need some help. Some of these leaders will not be around for long. So if you are interested in becoming a leader of either Cub Scout Pack 358 or Boy Scout Troop 358, please reach out to the church office and ask for me. Ms. Taylor has my number. Males, we need you. We need you to come camping. We need you to consider leading in these troops and in the pack so that the tradition, the history of Troop and Cub Scout Pack 358 will go on. And I'll leave it on this note. When the first African-American president had his 2 inaugural parades, he could have called on anyone to carry the colors. He could have called on any Boy Scout troop. There are thousands of them. He could have called on the Army Brigade, but he reached down to Germantown, the home of Jeremiah A. Wright Sr. His former pastor was Jeremiah A. Wright, and he picked the Boy Scout troop that sat in Germantown to carry the flags and walk by the military procession, Deacon Sanders, and salute him not once, but twice.